Hello everybody, John here, and today on To The Garage we're looking at cheap, effective Bluetooth that you can use to convert any car to a more modern system, but obviously we're looking at the XK8. The solution I've chosen won't be everybody's choice. If you are an audiophile and you want perfection in audio quality, then this isn't the route you're going to be taking. However, I've got to say that it isn't a problem audio, that's for sure. So my ear, I am not an audiophile, but I have owned a Jaguar XJ with the premium sound system, subwoofers and everything else. So I do know what nice sounds like, and the XK8 with its speaker locations, particularly on the convertible, is never going to sound that great anyway. But yeah, it could be better, but it is absolutely listenable. And all the other systems, the satellite navigation being able to come over speakers via my chosen app on my phone, plus being able to make phone calls, is all very, very effective. So let's show you the setup where I've got. I'll show you the function before I show you what I've done. Okay, so first of all, apologies for the minor drop in sound quality, because I'm filming this on my GoPro, because I normally use my phone for filming with an external microphone, and I'm showing you my phone. It's all a little bit complex. Right, so here's the interior of the car, as you can see, unmolested. I've got a simple phone clip for my phone up here, and if I want music, I hit my music, and I've got to play rights-free, royalty-free stuff, obviously, else the YouTube police would have us. But there we are, it's playing audio. Awful piece of music. Try something else. And all being controlled from the normal head unit. And obviously that would work for anything that you've got downloaded onto your phone or that you stream, etc. And obviously sound quality is a very subjective thing, and you can't hear it through this video, but it's very reasonable. It's as good as the speakers in this car are able to give. It's definitely better than tape quality. It's probably better than CD quality off the Jag. Okay, now let's just come out of there. If I want to use my sat nav and go somewhere, I would go press start. Okay, whatever.
Head south.
And you hear that the sat nav will actually prioritize the sound over the other sound. Let's prompt something else to happen that will cause that to dim. So if again I play some music, playing along. Now we go back to the sat nav.
on Skegness Road towards A52.
So we can see how that all works. Let's again put something in the background. This time we'll turn it rather down. And what we're going to do now is make a phone call. And all we're going to do is, I'm going to dial my own answer phone, but this would be the same if it was an incoming call. So I'm turning the audio up a little bit further.
Welcome to the free voicemail service.
You don't have any new messages. Main menu. To listen to your messages, press 1.
So, completely effective. So, you can see the, as we said, unmolested dashboard. Nothing clever about the phone clip. Not even got anything connected up to the Siggy lighter. There's the rest of the dashboard. There we go. Now actually the device in question is in plain sight, but so straightforward and so easy you may not noticed. I'm doing the whole of this using that.
About their occupational function, about how they're managing and dating.
So, what have we got here? This is a Bluetooth adapting cassette. What it does is it has a pickup, probably a send, a transmitter actually more than a pickup, here that makes contact with the area that the tape in your cassette tape would normally make contact with in the head unit. Thus it's able to send sound directly to the head unit and control it without any wires. Equally, it's not transmitting through air to the radio. A lot of the simple solutions are FM transmitters, and how they work is you have a device in your car. It would normally in the Jag be permanently connected to your Siggy lighter, some sort of gooseneck type arrangement with buttons on, and you basically make it transmit on a radio channel to the FM part of your radio. So you're taking your phone's Bluetooth signal to this device, which then picks it up and transmits it as a radio channel that you can pick up on your radio. So you've got these two levels of detachment that can reduce sound quality. We are not talking audiophile quality here because we're still going Bluetooth to here, but most people who are listening to music in their homes are probably Bluetooth streaming it to a device. And then you've basically got the quality of your head unit. Now, in their day, our head units in the Jag were pretty good, but if you've got a decent cassette player, you're going to get decent sound quality, simple as. What we've got is a dummy cassette. It has the gears still to detect that everything's turned on. There's a little light on the end flashing, which tells me that the Bluetooth sender is enabled, but it's all disconnected at the moment. Should be steady blue. There is this little pickup which is actually the microphone. There it is, which is very effective. So I've done lots of hands-free calling with this, and everybody's telling me that it's really, really clear. There is also a little, I think it's micro USB port in the side there. That's to enable you to charge, this unit. And you can charge it whilst it's in use, because that little bit dangles outside of your cassette player. But it gives about 10 hours of solid play from what I can see. So I'm not charged it yet. I've had the car with this in for about 4 or 5 journeys, each of them quite long. Used the phone, used the sat nav, not had to charge it yet. There is a button on there which you can use to pick up a call. You can use it to call the last number received. You can use it by pressing it and holding it to turn off the Bluetooth or turn on the Bluetooth. So everything's controlled by that. It tucks away inside a little niche there just for storage, but that little gadget enables the microphone to be outside of your tape player. If you want an even neater install, then you just tuck that back in and put a whole tape inside, and the Bluetooth part still works, just not anything that requires a microphone, and you'd pop the cassette out to charge it. So if I just take this correct side up, I've forgotten, this side up, there it says there, this side up, pop it into your cassette player, then as soon as you load it, it's now enabled the whole system. That's all you have to do. It's ready to go. As long as it's set to tape, and you see here we're on side 1, so you know that tape is on rather than radio. Back to that, it's working. If you put it on FM, then it's not working. As soon as you're on tape, it's working. You can see in there the blue light's flashing. That means it's trying to pair, but it can't. That's because I turned off the pairing on my phone just to show you how I did it. This is kind of one-time only function. After that, your phone will just pick up that this is in there straight away. So I'm going to switch back to the other camera. So if you want to pair up, all you have to do is settings, Bluetooth, and you're looking for a device called BT tape, Bluetooth tape. I've already obviously gone through the pairing thing. There's a pairing code that you get with the instructions, and that is now connected. And if we look closely at our tape player, should you want to, see a little blue light has now gone solid, telling you everything's working. And now all I have to do is touch the little button on the sender unit, microphone unit I should say, and as soon as I've connected to Bluetooth, which would be automatic normally, then I can start to use it. Away we go. Now, just to show you that there is no effort involved, I'm going to pop the tape. Okay. That went to radio, sorry. But next time I get in the car, turn my phone on, the Bluetooth will pick it up because I've not turned it off, and recognise that this is in there. So let's see how that works. Everything turned off on the car, phone is in the car, pop that in, give it a few seconds to be fair to it, and then obviously things like integration with steering wheel controls. It's your original head unit, so I can turn this up and down using the controls on the steering wheel. This is literally the packaging. Couldn't be simpler. It is made in China. I don't care. Inside that packaging there is a teeny tiny screwdriver. That's so that you can repair the little bit of wire, I think, if you manage to pull the wire out. You get some instructions, which are basic but genuinely aren't bad. They're not in Chinglish, as we might call it. They're actually intelligible. And the device is called 3rd generation iTape Bluetooth cassette adapter. I'm going to put a link to this unit in the description below. If you want to follow that link, great. It is an affiliate link. That means you pay no more if you choose to buy one of these. It just means that I get about 15 pence. Yeah, all helps. But there are lots of other adapters out there, similar style. You know, choose whichever one you think most appropriate. So having a little look at this, what it tells you is how to pair the tape with your phone, which is a one-time only thing, how to make calls, and it tells you about the fact that you can pair 2 devices with it. So if you and a partner maybe jump into the car, it can talk to both devices. The fact that you can turn it off to save the battery in the tape by pressing and holding the little button, but it turns itself off after 10 minutes of inactivity anyway, so I wouldn't bother. The support that it makes is Bluetooth answering and making of calls, stereo music in audio formats AAC, MP3, SBC and stereo. Supports Bluetooth 4.0 plus EDR. No idea, check a different channel that knows about that sort of stuff. The battery capacity is 180 milliamp hours and it works on 3.3 to 4.2 volts. There's some little pictures showing you how to operate the little button to turn the thing on and off and do pairing and a few other little clever things. But very simple, very straightforward. There really isn't a lot to learn about it. If you can operate your own mobile phone, then you're all good. There is also a little charging wire with a suitably tiny gauge wire, which will probably fall apart after about 3 uses. But you know, it's a standard. I think they call that micro USB, sort of the barn shape. Looks like USB-C in this picture, but it's not. It's down at the edges, flat along the bottom, curved, to USB-C adapter, enabling you to charge it off your favourite charging device. Yeah, so that's about it. I went through all sorts of possibilities, including changing the head unit, but I like the standard look in the car. I went through the options of putting something in the trunk or boot next to the CD player to basically create a virtual CD player. I looked at all the FM transmitter units, and I say I'm not an audiophile, so the drop in audio quality wouldn't kill me, but it concerned me how good is my radio. Does the fact that I've got a telescopic aerial that's probably not the best thing in the world, is that going to affect things? Plus, to be fair, most of them are just ugly, and I don't want something on show sticking out of the port in the center console all the time. I like that thing entirely hidden, and this just seemed like such a no-brainer solution unless you want to go higher quality. Now, I'm aware that one of our subscribers has actually sent in some notes on how you can do a bit of a hack in your head unit to put to put a micro jack input, an aux in to your head units. That might be another option for some folk who want to take the head unit out. It does involve a bit of soldering, etc. And I haven't got the details of that, but hi, if you want to send in some more details, I'll be more than happy to share them on the channel, either in a community area as text, or a little video clip if you want to show how that's done, or some photos. Then I'll do a voiceover on it, that sort of thing. So that is my little intro to modernising the audio system, adding in phone, adding in your sat nav linkage to your phone, etc. If you have sat nav in your car, then different scenario. But if it's an XK8, it's not going to be a great sat nav, let's face it, and most of us would probably still be using a mobile phone or an independent sat nav unit if we were really struggling to go around somewhere where the roads have been changed. So the only additional item I've added to my car is a phone clip. I've used quite expensive phone clips from Brodit in the past. They make really elegant solutions that integrate into the car's design rather well, so you might typically get a clip that fits onto this pillar. But again, I just didn't want anything permanent in the car, if I'm honest, and this is Halfords universal phone clip. I just like it because it's got a couple of adjustments, meaning you can fit it in most cars really well. The sucker actually works, and it's got this really nice nifty feature of these little arms grip it. When you put your phone in, it touches that button, it grips the phone. When you want to remove it, you squeeze it and it releases the phone. I just like it. It doesn't twitch, it's great, and it sits there just out of my line of vision. It's not really getting in my way too much. I really like that there. If you're into hanging things on phone vents, be aware my vents are damaged. I don't know this, but typically that happens because these have been having things hanging off them, whether it be air fresheners or phone clips, that sort of thing. The plastics in the back are not brilliant and they're exposed to heat and cold all the time, but I'm not a big fan of hanging things off the vents. I think that's it for today. So that's the end of another little secrets of the XK8 and mods of the XK8. I'm losing the plot as to whether we're talking secrets or mods or anything else. But please keep coming back. Loads of projects on the go on the XK8. You may have noticed traction control fail, stability control fail, ABS fail on my dashboard. That's because of the brake saga. I'm going to correct that shortly. That's another little video. I'm wearing my safety specs rather than my normal specs because I'm about to shoot in the garage and do some welding on Olive, the T2. And I hope you're all going to have a fabulous day. Please subscribe, please share with your friends, and we'll see you again real soon on To The Garage.